Pauline Herveaux. Let's do it for her, right? Bring her up. Come on, a little bit louder for your girl. Come on, a little bit louder for your
girl. Hello, everyone. First off, despite my bright, obnoxious hair color, my father does love me. But that's where the male love ends. Because I've been single for way too long in New York City. And the way I know that is because the most intimate encounter I've had recently happened on the R train last weekend. I was coming home from the city at about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was tired, I was by myself, so I took a nap on the subway. And I'm awakened to a homeless man rubbing my feet. Like, he had actually removed my flats, and he's just giving me this intimate massage. And whenever I tell people this story, they're just like, oh my God, Pauline, like, what did you do? And I'm like, well, obviously I didn't tell him to stop. Like, this is some good unsolicited TLC. Like, I could really use that. Like, I did the only thing I could do. I tipped him $2 and I went back to sleep. How often do you get a complimentary rub and tug on the way to Bay Ridge? I don't know. But that was that. But yes, being single is very difficult in New York City, I feel like. And especially as I'm getting older. Like, when I was in college, it was very easy. We had this situation called Friends with Benefits. College kids, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's right. That's slippery slope of a situation. But no, like, as I'm in like my mid to older 20s now, I'm about to age out of the family medical plan. So when I meet a guy, like, benefits, like, really takes on like a whole new connotation. Like, I'll be at the bar and I meet like these tall guys with the scruffy beard and the tattoos. That's like the type I used to go for, but now I meet him and I'm just like, think about it, Pauline. Benefits. This motherfucker, Sons of Anarchy right here, definitely doesn't have health insurance. Like, he could break somebody's jaw at the bar, but he doesn't have the dental coverage to, pay for the bills. So I have to be very conscious of who I'm dating. That's why I'm dating Dr. Chow. He's an Asian dentist. I don't know, but yeah, being single is rough. I recently took my singleness on the road to Vegas. Has anyone here ever been to Vegas? Who here? Raise your hand if you've been to Vegas. Somebody. Okay. When you went to Vegas, how did you get around?
I walked.
You walked, smart man. I walked as well. But they actually have public transportation in Vegas. They have something called the Deuce. Now, the Deuce is a double-decker bus that takes you up and down the strip and hits every single landmark. So for a cheap, drunk woman like myself, it was perfect. So I'm riding this bus one day, and I go to a place called Hakkasan. It's the club that is located in the MGM Grand. So I get there one day, and this guy strikes up a conversation with me. He's buying me drinks all night, things are going great. And he asks me about how my vacation's going, like, how was my day? So I'm like, yeah, things are really cool. Like, I'm loving it, I'm having a good time. It just took me a long time to get here because I had to take a deuce before I got to the club. And now he's a tourist like myself. He didn't know I was talking about a bus. But the best part is, like, he didn't even flinch. He just went with it. He was like, oh, yeah, babe, like, that's fine. Like, sometimes that takes a while, Like, you're here now. That's all that matters. You're here now. Oh, what happens in Vegas should really fucking stay there. But yeah, I'm only comforted by the fact that it's easy. Like, things are rough all over in the single world. And I realized that the other day when I was hanging out with my gay friend, and he had a scorned ex-lover actually break his window. Threw a brick through his window, and he's on the phone with this psychopathic guy, and he's just trying to reason with him to get him away from him. He's like, sweetie, like, what's it gonna take for you to get the fuck out of my life? Like, do you need money? Do you need dick? Like, what's it gonna take? And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my God, like, he's literally negotiating like a gay side piece severance package. Like, you fucked up in a relationship when someone's trying to pay you off to stop fucking them. That's bad news. That is, reevaluate yourself. Oh my God. But I think the only thing that sucks more than being single is job hunting. Because it's the worst job in the world and you don't get paid for it. I'm employed now, thankfully, but I was job hunting about a year or so ago, and it brought me to this black market cesspool of the internet known as Craigslist. Has anyone ever been on there? Ladies, please stay away. So I'm going through these ads, and like the regular like jobs just suck. So I'm like, let me go to the gigs page. I go to the gigs page, and everything is like escort, 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 high-class escort. So I consider it, and I'm looking through this, and I'm like, you know what, Pauline? If you just lower your standards a little bit, you could make a little bit of money. Like, why not let a weird bearded man rub your feet? Or wash them, you know? Like, that's what Jesus did for his disciples, right? He was a good guy. Like, who am I to judge? I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. Some of you guys don't really know how good you have it. Like, there's some things that some little things that I'm very jealous of men. And guy friends, I bet you these guys over here have had this conversation before. Whenever your bros are together and they're hanging out and like the night gets a little weird and late, you guys are either drinking or smoking, whatever you're doing, this conversation always comes into play. Like, bro, honestly, how much money would it take for you to suck a dick? Dude, how many, seriously, how many dicks would you suck for $1 million? Like, that conversation comes up. I witnessed this the other day, and I'm looking around the room, and they're all having this conversation, and they're really into it, and they're getting all, like, you know, philosophical and existential with each other. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you know what, fuck this. I can't even contribute to this. Because either I'm a whore, or I'm a really well-paid prostitute. Like, no one cares how many dicks I suck for $1 million. Like, no one cares. There's girls that do that for free every single day. It's just not cool. It's not cool at all. So, like, later tonight when that conversation comes up, just remember, like, how blessed you really are. I can't. But that's my time, guys. I'm Pauline Herveaux. Thank you so much.
Keep it going for Pauline. Very exciting.